Oops. Anyway, as I was attempting to show y'all, the kittens are 90% recovered. I noticed the one with the glassy eye, the one in the back, playing with a syringe. Right there, you see that syringe? Earlier. And I was like, these cats are at a point where they can play. They should have the best toys on earth. So I went all out and I attached a little bell to a piece of string. And they're clearly very fond of it. Let's just... I've lowered the air purifier. They're clearly very fond of it. I mean... Now, remember the cat with the eyes that were swollen completely shut? For a minute today, when I took him out, I was like, wait a minute, is that the same cat? I wasn't sure if that was the same cat, because look at those eyes. They're still problematic. You can't see that they're problematic right now, but you're a camera hog is what you are. But behind, the eyelids are still swollen. You can't see that in this video. I mean, I couldn't even see it until I actually pulled the eyelids back a bit. Here, if you look very closely, you can see it in his right eye, which is on your left. Here, move away, little one. There. You see it, that glassiness there? That's not actually the same kind of glassiness as the other one. The light is just catching the eye. But if you look very closely, you can see a scratch in the very center of that pupil. I don't know that if you can see. You can see it. You can see right next to that little white light there. You can see a little bit of a beige gray light. Well, now you can't see a thing. See how the light reflects a little bit different? You really are a camera hog, aren't you? The light reflects a little bit differently. That is because of what appears to be either a corneal ulcer or a scratch on the cornea. This is the first time we've been able to see it. I don't know if it's been there for a week or what. Usually these things cover up with this white film like in the other cat when it's infected. So I don't know if this means that there is something chronic there or what. I know that it's supposed to be very painful. And so tomorrow I'm taking both of these guys to the vet right before the big wedding that I'm going to. Not mine. And we'll be seeing what the vet says about this. Now, that could mean a million things. It could mean that he says, let's give it another few more days of treatment for these guys, which is a shame because these guys should not be in a small cage. I mean, you know, what I would do is I'd put them in the big cage. You didn't see that coming. But A, that would put them at ground level, and B, that thing is a real bitch to clean. Pardon my French. Ground level would mean that they would be at the same level as these guys. Aye. And a bitch to clean means that I'd have to clean it. And basically this cage I've attached a tabletop to due to lack of space. I see we're having fun. A tabletop too due to lack of space, and I'd have to detach the tabletop, reattach the tabletop, take the cage apart. It's really a nightmare. I have to take it outside, hose it down, and although I'll do that if that's what's necessary for these cats, if it's just another couple days, I'm going to leave in this cage because I just don't, I won't have the time. A couple days more, it's Hanukkah, where I am, that means endless dogs, and they won't be able to be at eye level anyway. That's in 2 days, day after tomorrow, so we'll see. Anyway, right now I want you to notice that this cat, which I was about 60% sure, 70% sure I would have to put down, I want you to notice what she's doing. She is having fun. That's something that she probably has not known much of in her short, painful life. And in a couple days, most likely, they are going to be released. They have a feeding station that they can come to. Hey, sweeties. Hey, buddies. Maybe I'll recatch them later once they're a little bit older for neutering. Neutering is easy in these cats, and once they're neutered, they won't be fighting with others, and they can even stay good friends because they won't be fighting over territory because they're both males. Oh, that is so cute. Doesn't he look fascinated? I mean, even with that big white eye. That's the other thing I need to talk to the vet about. The big white eye, what does that mean? I also want to say to everybody here who's watching these videos, considering getting, or rather considering what treatments to give to their feral kitten with severe eye problems, if the vet tells you that it looks like it's from herpes, I definitely recommend getting lysine, or L-lysine. I have some of it here. And this is the kind that I got. You don't need to worry about the Hebrew stuff if you're not Israeli, but as you can see, L-lysine. And these are big capsules. They last just about forever. According to this, it will last until the year 114, which is meaningless. Well, if the expiration date makes no sense, that means that it should last forever, as far as I understand it. I'll probably call the company to verify the date. But what this means, why I recommend it is pretty simple. You remember what that other cat's eyes were like just a couple days ago? Now they look completely healthy, at least on the surface. Now underneath the surface, they're not. That is most definitely, or most likely anyway, because of the L-lysine. And which inhibits the herpes virus and allows the body to fight off normal infection. So I'm very pleased that I bought that. It wasn't cheap. It wasn't that expensive, but it wasn't cheap to spend on 2 kittens that I wasn't sure were going to survive. But it really made all the difference, and it was definitely worth the investment. And next time I have a little kitten that has eye problems like this, I'll have it. And whenever anybody in the area has a kitten with eye problems, I'll lend out or give out these pills, which is great because they do not come in a small quantity. They come in 100, 500 milligram pill bottles, or rather 100 pills of 500 milligrams per bottle. And each cat, or kitten rather, needs 250 milligrams every day, whereas a grown cat needs double or even quadruple that much, depending on what your vet recommends, remember. That is one happy looking cat. Look at that. Well, happy is a relative thing. Night, kitties. Good night. You get eye ointment one more time before bed.